You know, you've all taught and heard, and some of you might even believe it, but I don't, is that a tree has to have a taproot. Not true. A taproot is simply Mother Nature's mechanism for helping the seedling survive in adverse conditions. But in reality, where we're taking away those adverse conditions, the sooner we destroy that taproot, the better off the plant is. So our goal, and the reason these containers are 4 inches deep, is because in a whole series of studies where we tried containers 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, we had even some 16 inches deep that went back all the way to when we were doing milk cartons. I first came up using milk cartons as containers to grow trees in 1968. But we, you know, all the way here. But when we grew trees and used this as our pot, the old taproot would go all the way to the bottom. We'd have root branches back up here about 4 inches. We'd have a few roots up here at the top, and then just a piece of pipe in between. What our goal is to have the air prune that tip of the taproot 4 inches below the surface and get all this root branching that was occurring down here at the bottom. Because the rest of this is just wasted. It's volume of mix, it's weight that you have to handle, it's not doing you any good. There's an article I did called the 4-inch rule. And it's one of those things once it hits you, it's like just walking along and you walk face first into a wall. It's just like, well, of course, I should have recognized that a long time ago. If you take a tree or shrub, you know, you take this limb up here, if I prune the tip out of that, where does it branch? Well, it doesn't branch all the way back down here at the bottom. It typically branches back about 4 inches. You know, you shear a hedge and it branches. You shear it again and it branches. What we needed was that branch phenomena underneath the plant. Well, as it turns out, branching of the root system is exactly the same thing down here, you know, at the top as well as the bottom. So when we air root prune this thing at a depth of 4 inches, with most species, we'll get secondary roots forming all the way back up to the base of the stem.